Evening, friend, and welcome to the very first ride of American Jukebox. If you're hearing my voice right now, it means you made it through another day, and you're looking for something real, something honest, something with a heartbeat. Well, you came to the right place tonight. We're starting with a woman who's lived more life than most folks dream about. Ruby Firebird McLean, Navy pilot, F-16 call sign Firebird. And the only singer I know who can pour her whole soul into a microphone and still have fire left over. This first song ain't fiction, it ain't fantasy. It's her story, told through her soldier's eyes, with her scars, her pride, and her gratitude stitched into every line. And friend, if you ain't standing with your hand over your heart by the end of it, well, you might be in the wrong country, so settle in. We're about to open this jukebox with a flame that could light the whole damn night. Here she is, the Firebird herself, with America, what you gave me.
I was 18 with a fire in my chest. My boots were on the ground, I had no time to rest. Poster said, "We want you sign my name on the dotted line." Mama cried and I said, "Mama, don't worry, I'll be fine." I traveled everywhere, saw the world through a soldier's eyes. Hated and loved dust and danger, blood and blue skies. But even in the darkest night, courage is honed inside the fight. And every mile, every tear, every scar I earned was paid for in blood to the freedom I returned. Everybody sing with me. America, America, all you gave me, I'll never forget. Life and freedom, hope and brave. And when you called my name, I stood up, oh so proud. And I'd do it all over again. To serve that flag I bowed. For the brave, for the lost, all the ones still standing free. America, America, you gave your heart to me. Came back home with a different face, a little more steel but a little more grace. Folks don't know what a soldier sees. So I love the songs born from those memories. I've been broken, I've been bruised, paid my dues in combat blues. But this land held me when I fell, lifted me up, said, "Girl, you both raise hell." And every night as I step onto this stage, I'm singing for the ones who never made it home again. Here we go, sing with me. America, America, all you gave me, I'll never forget. Life and freedom, hope and grace. When you called my name, I stood up, oh so proud. And I do it all over again to serve that flag I vowed. For the brave, for the lost, all the ones still standing free. America, you gave your heart to me. I've seen the worst of what hate can do. you dare spit on those who fight America. Oh, America, you gave me something worth defending, a story with a righteous ending. When the world goes dark, you're still my flame, and I'll shout your name without shame. For the brave, for the lost, for the ones still standing free. America, you gave your heart to me. We got everyone, and God bless you, and God bless America.
Friend, take a breath after that one. Ruby Firebird McLean telling her story the only way she knows how. Straight from the heart, straight from the scars, straight from the sky she used to fly. That ain't just a song, that's a piece of her soul she laid out for us tonight. And if you're still feeling that lump in your throat, you ain't alone. Songs like that stay with you now. We're gonna shift the light just a little, from a soldier's fire to a woman's blues. Miss Sally, the Delta Queen herself, has lived through more heartbreak than most folks could carry, but she's still standing, still singing, still believing there's something worth holding on to. This next one's called The Bluest Day Ever. And brother, if you've ever had a day that tried to break you, Sally's about to let you know you ain't the only one. Here she is, Miss Sally.
I woke up this morning with a river in my chest, storm clouds on my pillow, sunlight done took a rest. Coffee didn't warm me, in the mirror looked away. Lord, even my shadow had nothing kind to say. But I pulled on these old shoes, 'cause her don't get to choose. It's my bluest day ever, but I'm still standing in the rain. Yeah, my heart's a busted window, but it's letting out the pain. If sorrow is a teacher, then I'm learning all her ways. This my bluest day ever, but I'm living it in anyway. the corner where the jukebox knows my name. Fed it one last dollar, heard my life inside the frame. Old man at the counter said, "Girl, you look undone." I said, "Baby, I ain't broken, I'm just tired of being strong, but I keep on moving slow, 'cause blues is all I know." This my bluest day ever, but I'm still standing in the rain. Yeah, my heart's a busted window, but it's letting out the pain. If sorrow is a teacher, then I'm learning all her ways. This my blowest day ever, but I'm living it anyway. Now the moon's a silver witness to the truth I tried to hide. Tears fall like confessors, but they wash me clean inside. And tomorrow might be kinder, but tonight I'll let it stay, 'cause even blues got beauty when it's sung beyond his way. So I raise my voice again, let the hurt become a friend. It's my bluest day ever, but I'm still standing in the rain. Yeah, my heart's a busted window, but it's letting out the pain. If sorrow is a teacher, then I'm learning all her ways. This my bluest day ever, but I'm living it anyway. Even on your bluest day, baby, you still gotta live it. You still gotta live it. You still gotta live it. Even on your bluest day, baby, you still gotta live it. You still
That's Miss Sally, the Delta Queen herself. Singing the kind of blues you don't learn, you survive. If you felt that one in your chest, friend, you're human. Sally's been knocked down more times than she'll ever admit. But she's still standing, still singing, still believing tomorrow might just be kinder. All right, freshen up that drink. We're gonna take this night down a red clay road now. Next up is a fella who can tell a story better than most folks can live one. Georgia born, Georgia raised, and that dust still clings to every note he sings. Jackson Red Mercer, everybody's favorite Georgia entertainer. And brother, when he leans into a song, you can smell the pine trees, feel the heat rising off the asphalt, and hear that old screen door slamming shut behind you. Turn that volume up just a bit. Let that southern charm take a halt and settle in for his hit tune. This is Red Clay Road.
Grew up on that Georgia red clay, where the ground bleeds rust and gold, where the summers burn like fire and the nights ran cool and nothing old. Mama said I had a fire that no small town could ever hold. Guess that's what happens when you're raised on a red clay road. And every mile I roam, I hear that red dirt calling me home. Raised on a red clay road, heat hits hard and tall stories are told, where the beer runs cold and the nights run long, and every flatbed stage up where I belong. Yeah, I chase big dreams with a rebel soul, but that true deep within always showed. I was born, I was bred, and I was raised on that old red clay road. Fairs like a wildfire in July. Played Scanner till the speakers groaned and kissed trouble under those neon skies. I left town at 18, guitar and case in hand, with baggage I needed to unload. But you can't outrun that place if you were raised on that red clay road. And no matter where I play, that dust still follows me anyway. Was where I belong. Yeah, I chase big dreams with a rebel soul, but that true deep within always showed. I was born, I was bred, and I was raised seeking the stage on that red clay road. Stages, but the spotlight ain't changed a thing, 'cause I still hear that hometown thunder every time these six strings sing. And when the encore hits at midnight and the crowd won't let me go, I'll feel that same old heartbeat living down that red clay road. Yeah, the road's been wild and wild, but that red blood still rides inside. Told, where the beer runs cold and the nights run long, and every flatbed stage up where I belong. Yeah, I chase big dreams with a rebel soul, but that true deep within always showed. I was born, I was bred, and I was raised on that old red clay road. Can y'all hear that dust? Yeah, that's home. I was born, I was bred, and I was raised on that old
Jackson Red Mercer, painting pictures like only a Georgia boy can. You can almost feel that red clay dust on your boots after a tune like that. Red's got a way of taking you home, even if you ain't from where he is. Now, speaking of home, we're heading to Indiana next, and friend, if you've ever stood under fairground lights with a corn dog in one hand and a cold drink in the other, you already know the feeling this next band brings. Ron Dawson and the Breeze. Now these boys don't just play live, they live live. Slide guitar humming, crowd chatter in the back, that warm stage reverb bouncing off the rafters. It's the kind of sound that makes you want to grab a lawn chair and settle in for the night. Their biggest crowd pleaser? A tune that hits every Hoosier right in the heart. Back home again in Indiana, recorded live at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, where the lights are bright, the breeze is warm, and the whole place sings along. So lean back, let that small town summer night wash over you, and enjoy Ron Dawson and the Breeze.
I've been running these highways, chasing stages, chasing my dreams. Played 1,000 smoky ballrooms, heard 1,000,000 people's screams. But tonight I caught that old feel, hit me harder than I planned. Yeah, I always knew that someday I'd end up back where it all began. Funny how the road always leads back home, back to Indiana. Cornfields waving in the breeze, soybeans stretching out forever, like they're calling back to me. Midwest farmers' daughters' laughter, sunset glowing on that flatbed van. Yeah, all those years kept rolling, but the past still calls me back to Indiana. Kissing in the hayloft, riding horses in the rain. Never once looked past tomorrow, never thought about the fame. But the world kept spinning faster, and I tasted like a hungry man. Now every stage I stand on whispers, or come back to Indiana. And no matter where I roam, I hear that small town calling back to Indiana. Cornfields waving in the breeze, soybeans stretching out forever, like they're calling back to me. Midwest farmers' daughters laugh, sunset glowing on that flatbed van. Every years keep rolling, but the past still calls me back to Indiana. All these miles and all these memories lead me right back home to my roots. Now the lights keep getting brighter, but my heart stays slow and true. And when that summer fair comes calling, I'll be standing back where it all began, singing songs to all my friends who helped raise this Indiana man. Yeah, the road's been long, but it's taking me home. never left. Yeah, the years keep rolling, but the past still calls me back to Indiana. Good to be home, y'all. Good to be home, y'all. Good to be home, y'all. Back to Indiana. Back to Indiana. Good to be home, y'all. Good to be home, y'all. Back to Indiana. Good to be home, y'all.
Now that right there is Ron Dawson in the breeze, bringing the whole Indiana State Fairgrounds to life. You can almost hear the crowd singing along, smell the kettle corn, feel that warm summer breeze rolling through the grandstands. Those boys don't just play a show, they make a memory. Now friend, we're coming to the end of our first night together here on American Jukebox. And I can't think of a better way to close it out than with a man who's walked more miles than most folks ever will. Caleb Stone Walker, him, and that old acoustic guitar of his have been through every dive bar, back porch, truck bed, and roadside diner from here to God knows where. That guitar has got scratches older than some musicians, and somehow it still rings out sweeter than he thinks he deserves. This next tune ain't about fame or fire or fairground lights. It's about gratitude, about the kind of friend that never leaves your side, even when the world does. So lean back, let the night settle around you, and spend a few quiet minutes with Caleb and his trusty old friend. This is this old guitar and me.
Lost my band down in Baton Rouge. Lost no money in a one hotel town. Lost a few friends to the bottle, and a few more when the chips were done. If this old guitar stayed with me through every mile and every scar, when the world went quiet on me, you still knew who I was. Yeah, this old guitar and me, we've been holding on through everything. When the road got rough and the nights were lean, they kept humming soft beneath my fingers. Life tried to break me in two, but it never could quite finish the job. 'Cause this old guitar and me, we still got a
out a song to sing. Had dreams, was a big bright stages, crowd singing, hanging on my every word. But dreams don't always pay the bills and hope fades, no matter the skill. Still, every time I think I'm done, I hear a melody calling my name, like the good Lord whisper, son, you ain't through playing the game. Yeah, this old guitar and me, we've been holding on through everything. When the road got rough and the nights got mean, you kept humming soft beneath my fingers. Life tried to break me clean in two, but it never could quite finish the job. 'Cause this old guitar and me, we still got a song or two to sing. Maybe I ain't famous, maybe I ain't rich, but I'm still here. It's sometime life's a bitch. Long as these strings keep ringing, long as this heart keeps a beating, I keep telling old stories only a broken man can know. We're still standing in spite of everything. Storms may come, the nights I'm still the king. We keep finding songs in the silence. Life tried to break me in two, but I'm still here, just holding on. 'Cause this old guitar and me, we ain't done performing yet. Funny thing about losing everything, we find out who stays.